Hey yo, what's good Poke people? Welcome to a 6th gen replay battle, and this time I'm using a very threatening team based around just as many threats as possible in one team. I'm using Genesect, Scarf Genesect, Standard one, Tyranitar and Gengar both have the Mega Stone, so I can Mega Evolve them just according to the situation I'm in. Like if I need a physical monster or a specially attacking monster, then I can just evolve either one of them. And then my other three Pokemon that you guys know from my last battle. So I'm playing Jiro. We both have a pretty decent score, around 1900 I believe. And I'm playing Pokebank of OU because the OU beta is pretty shitty because it's like that. Pokebank is not implemented in the games yet, so you cannot breed Excadrill Stealth Rocks, for example, and you cannot import 5th gen Pokemon and all that shit. So you cannot use. That's why you cannot use Genesect or Heatran, for example, because they do not exist in 6th gen. You cannot catch them in 6th gen. So yeah, let's get right into the battle. I'm just gonna lead off with my Scarf Genesect standard lead. He leads off with Tentacruel, predicting that. I don't have the T-Bolt on the Genesect, so I'm just going to U-turn out of there. Now that was very risky play on my part, but I figured out he's not going to go for a water type move straight away. So I go into my Excadrill so I can fodder off an Earthquake, but then realizing that he could easily just kill me with a Skull, I switch into my D-Knight, and it does 5.6%, so nothing. I gain all the HP back from leftovers. I can then fire off an Earthquake. He goes for the knockoff, which was a good play on his part because then my multi-scale is useless basically. I go for a DD, predicting the switch out because I saw that he does not carry the Ice Beam. Then I go for a +1 Dragon Claw on the Gastrodon. It does 51%, which is not quite enough for a 2-hit KO, and I'm gonna switch out, not wanting my D9 to put asleep. Then I go to Genesect because I can just U-turn or go for a Bug Buzz. On the Gastrodon, I decide to go for a Bug Buzz because of the special attack boost. He goes for a Skull, does 38%, and it burns me unfortunately, so my Iron Head on my U-turn is useless. But Bug Buzz is the easy 2-hit KO. I'm just gonna go for it anyways, even though the switch into Charizard is pretty obvious. But I just went for it. This time predicting him to Mega Evolve, I'm going for another Bug Buzz, but it turns out that he is Mega Charizard Y and not Mega Charizard X. Mega Charizard X is Dragon Fire, so it would have only resisted Bug Buzz once. Then I can just go into my Talonflame to Revenge Kill it with Acrobatics. He goes into Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn takes a good hit from that Acrobatics, Flying Gem boosted Acrobatics. It does 38%. And this here, I'm just playing like the obvious. I'm just using the obvious moves, and he's just making the obvious switch-ins. So I kind of lose. So I lose HP from the Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet from the Ferrothorn and from the Flare Blitz recoil. But I do carry the Roost, so that's not going to be a problem for me. This time he stays in with his Ferrothorn. Predicting him to go for to set up spikes or any entry hazards. I go for the Roost. After that, the following turn I go for the Sword Stance. I was kind of worried that he could have carry the Thunder Wave, but I just went for it, and it turns out that he doesn't. I just go forward with the Acrobatics. It kills it eventually with after +2. This time predicting him to go for King Shield, I actually Roost, and that was a good play on my part. And after that I can just click Flare Blitz and kill anything on his team, except for Zygarde maybe and Tentacruel. But he just fired off his Gastrodon. Then he brings an Edgy Slash. Last time I predicted him to go for King Shield, so this time I'm just gonna go for the Flare Blitz straight away. If he would have gone for the King Shield, I would have lost 2 attack stages. But I do predict correctly, and that was a good play on my part. Now he brings in Zygarde. I'm just going to Roost up twice, so I have as much HP left as possible. And this Zygarde just turns out to be an actual threat. As you can see, I'm at 50 HP as he Dragon Tails me out, so I'm kind of forced to go for the Rapid Spin on my Excadrill. if I do want to use my Talon Flame in the game, as he goes for Coil, predicting that, and Coil is very threatening, I have to say, because it's like a better bulk up because it boosts the accuracy, so you can run like Dragon Rush for example on it. He's just gonna Coil up again, so now he's a +2. I want to keep up with all the setups, so I go for a Swords Dance before that. Iron Head does 33% as he's just gonna knock me out with an Earthquake. And I figure out a Mega Gengar Shadow Ball base 170 special attack would kill or would at least do more than that, but only does 46%. Fortunately, it does not kill me with a Dragon Tail either, as his Zygarde is just going to Dragon Tail me out into Tyranitar. I'll just go for a Crunch so I can get off a huge hit on that. Not a huge hit, but just basically some hit. This time predicting him to E-Speed, and I knew that my E-Speed would not kill. I just go for the Dragon Claw, and I am able to finish off the Zygarde. Now his last two remaining Pokemon are Charizard at 56% and HP, and his Tentacruel, and I can just go for the E-Speed as he just knocked me out. But the Focus Blast was kind of risky, but at this moment, I basically won the game because I can just go into Talonflame, go for an Acrobatics. Crit obviously did not matter, and go in and just fire off another Acrobatics on the Tentacruel, and that was a good game to Jiro. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this post narration battle, and see you guys next time.